Another day and another session on the Staffordshire-Worcestershire Canal. Let's go. And immediately I've got a fish. It's a chub. Didn't catch one of these yesterday. Let's get the hook out. Well, I have actually, and I'll be able to show you on the screen. Just a small one, but a chub's a chub. A great start. I haven't even had a chance to deal with the flask yet. Always make a cup of tea, well, a flask of tea, prior to leaving home on these sit-down sessions. I don't bother with stickleback brook outings or when I'm lure fishing, but this type of angling, the cup of tea always comes with me. And the first one of the morning, the first one of the day is always very special. And the float maneuvers itself again from left to right, a little wobble. Will this dip sail away? And will I be into a second fish? I think I have got a bite there, definitely. Slight movement on the canal, but the float is also moving as well at a different rate. Let's strike! And nothing there. I am fishing with two white maggots and they've disappeared. That's a size 14 Drennan super specialist hook. I've got the anchor shot. It is the canal, I've already mentioned the flow. A Drennan crystal waggler. It's about 5 feet deep. I'm in the far side of the boat channel and I'm fishing over loose maggots, reds and whites, the order of the day. Gentle little flick there. Perfect. Let's see if I can get a fish on the third cast. It's a good start indeed. I've drunk that tea. I've had another bite and it's a second species. It's still not fully light yet. It's a roach, very small one, very wriggly, but it's on the bank in front of the iPhone. That's what counts. The rod that I'm fishing with is a Gray's Prodigy TX float rod. It's a 3500 Shimano reel and it's spooled with 4-pound Maxima Chameleon. I keep my rod made up as well. Therefore, when I arrive, especially on a place like this, well, I'm on the same spot as I was yesterday, so I don't even have to do anything other than just piece the rod together, put the bait on, cast out, and you can do that in a very short period of time. Great when time is tight, because when you think about it, how much time do you spend setting up and breaking down? It can be a considerable chunk of the session if it's only a short one. So for me, when I have a couple of hours or 3 hours, I'm very flexible, but when I have a short period of time, I want to spend as much as I can actually fishing as opposed to setting up or even traveling. This is one of my local stretches of canal in the car, especially first thing in the morning, and you're down here in no time at all. That's the way to do it. Get more angling sessions in when we start to plan wisely. On yesterday's session, I asked, after 2 species on the bank on that occasion, a gudgeon and a roach, where are the perch? Well, within seconds of saying those words, the float went, and what was I back with? A stripey. Let's see if it works now. Where are the perch? I've got a bite, and I've got a fish on. And what is it? It is a third species of the session. However, it's not a perch. It's, I'm going to hold this one very carefully, it's not big, but it needs to be held with a firm grip. A bream. Small one, but a bream. The question I ask myself though is, where are the perch? just had a hook pull, change the hook straight away. I do that regularly anyway, but once you start to lose one or two fish, I deal with that situation immediately. That's one of the things, if you keep your rod set up, as I've already mentioned, that you can overlook perhaps changing the hook, and then you strike into something that's exceptional and you lose it. Whereas if you do set up, every time you go, you'll be using a new hook, unless you keep your old ones. That's what we did when I was a kid. We didn't throw anything away. We kept them till they were rusty, and then we put some sandpaper on them to get them back into shape. But times are different now. Times have changed. I can afford a packet of hooks much more easily now than I could when I was a kid with my pocket money. But hooks, absolutely vital part of what we're fishing with. The rod, the reel, the line, the float, etc. They're all important ingredients, but the hook, if it's not sharp, you'll lose fish. If I fish with a different type of rod or a different reel or different strain of line or even a different brand, it won't have that much of an effect. But hooks, yes, make sure they're sharp. The 1 hour report as far as the session's concerned, very slow but not stationary. I've just had another hook pull. It shows that it's not always the hook. I think the fish aren't feeding confidently. That's the problem. It's like our children when they pick at their food, and that's what the fish are like today, I think. I'm getting a few little taps and dips on the float telling me that there are fish out there, but it's not developing to the stage where you're getting real bites and hooking them and showing them to the camera. Just the 3 so far, and each one different as well. So if I say 3 species from the Staffordshire Worcestershire Canal, sounds good, but 3 species is 3 fish in an hour. And again, another little dip there. And as I inspect the maggots, they're fine, no problem at all. So it's not the lightning quick dip of the float and the sucked maggot of the roach that you so often get. However, I've still got another hour to go, at least. And there might be a boat through as well. Always welcome, as I've said on a number of occasions recently, at this time of the year. Not too many, just the odd 1 or 2. A new headline, 4 species of fish from the Staff's Worcestershire Canal. I'm not lying, am I? Even though I've only caught 4, still true. Talk about Groundhog Day. I'm in the same spot as yesterday, and exactly the same thing has happened. I returned the perch just there at the side, and immediately a pike took it. I shall have to come back here with some pike gear, I think. In the car, ready to go home. A good couple of hours there. Very slow, as I've already said, and you've seen for yourself on the screen. But with that last perch, I sort of got there in the end. Sort of ish, anyway.